About 3-4 years ago, I discovered Padel. Like most people probably here in the U.S. discovered it on Instagram, on social media. I was like, oh,
What the hell is that?
yeah. I was like, this looks cool. People running out and getting balls back.
So, Kevin, why don't you tell us a little bit your paddle background? How did you get involved into the sport?
So I grew up playing tennis. So I have a rackets background. Played as a junior player. Played in college. Started coaching after college. So I was a director of a tennis academy, Ace Tennis Academy here in Atlanta, for about 15 years or so. I also was the assistant coach at Emory University for the women's team for about 8 years. So 6 years volunteer, part-time coach, and then 2 full-time years. About 3-4 years ago, I discovered Padel. Like most people probably here in the U.S. discovered it on Instagram, on social media. I was like, oh,
What the hell is that?
yeah. I was like, this looks cool. People running out and getting balls back, and I played a little bit of squash as well in college. So kind of all the racket sports and everything, just to get another racket sports to be addicted to. So there was a private court here in Atlanta at someone's house.
How did you find that out?
It was, word gets out a little bit, and the owner was very friendly, and so that's kind of how a lot of the paddle communities here started first. And from there, Andrew and I were talking about it.
Andrew is the owner of the club.
Andrew is my business partner.
Okay.
So
For the paddle.
for
Sport.
PATL, yeah, paddle, yes. He currently lives in New York. So we were teammates back in college. So stayed friends over the years, and about 3 years ago, we were out on a cabin trip for his birthday, and we're celebrating. Had a few drinks, and after a few drinks, you have some business ideas that never come to fruition because
Right.
they're all ridiculous. And this was the one that actually kind of made it out of those conversations. So we kind of like this kind of a funny story, but we're both big racket enthusiasts, and so we fell in love with the game. And a few months later, this was born.
Now, where are you originally from?
I was born and raised here in Atlanta.
Okay.
So I've been here all my life. My parents came from China. They're born and raised there.
So how was, I know they play badminton, right?
Yes.
How is paddle there? I know that we have a large audience in Indonesia and Asia in general, but how is the growth there in China, or does it exist? And
It's a little bit slower, I think.
Okay.
I think in Southeast Asia, to your point, Indonesia, I think the growth there has been quite big. I do know in Shanghai, particularly because that's where some of my family live, they have quite a few facilities there starting to kind of grow and get started. So I think
have
they're
you
kind of just on the forefront.
have you visited there and played there yet?
I played once.
Oh,
I have played
that's
once.
great.
There's one on the rooftop of a mall, which is pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's sick.
One in an office complex. So they're kind of putting these things wherever they can find
How's
space.
the level there? Were you able to find some decent players?
I did not get to do that too much. I got my dad out there and we hit a few balls around just to check out some of the facilities. But I think it's starting to kind of grow there. I think that and pickleball, I think both are growing there simultaneously. But as this starts to become more and more popular, I think the growth will start to keep on climbing.
So you started with 3 paddle courts, right? So how did you get the community to grow? Because it's fairly new paddle.
Correct, yeah.
But fortunately, there's already tennis players and pickleball players here. So I'm sure you kind of pulled a little from there. But, at the end of the day, you had to kind of create your own community, right?
Yeah, so with the 4 paddle courts that we do have, at first it started with a lot of the Latin European community that came out because they're looking for it. They
Your
know it.
foundation. That's your foundation.
Exactly. And then also from the group that was playing at the private court, a lot came from platform tennis or squash or tennis as well. So there was already a small base of community that was already playing it. So from there, the tennis community has been a big part of adding on to the existing community.
Oh, okay.
Here in Atlanta, tennis is one of the most concentrated amount of tennis in the United States, if not in the world as well.
Yeah.
So there's quite a few tennis players here playing. So a lot of them are starting to convert. We started to see some pickleballers as well getting a little bit more curious. So as that keeps on growing, I think whatever we can do to facilitate that community, be able to have a space for them to come and play, with the clinics and programming, I think that's a good base to have.
So, Kevin, tell me, why don't you tell us a little bit about that? Having some cocktails, having a meeting with a friend or a chit chat with your friend. Tell us about, okay, you come up with the idea, okay, we want to put some paddle court somewhere. So, because I think this concept is brilliant, an existing tennis club
Yeah.
or racket club, you know, tell us that process, how it goes, coming to, you say, the owner of this club, how that process went. And convince the owner, who probably doesn't know anything about paddle, to give me a piece of land to put some courts in it.
Yes. So
And the other thing too is was this bootstrap, or you guys had to raise some funds, or what did you guys invest into this, and who did that?
yeah, it's just all bootstrapped from me and Andrew so far for this property for Louisville. I think it's hard to take a flyer on someone who really hasn't had that much experience in the paddle industry beforehand. Though, coming from tennis, from both of us, and programming on that side is very similar. So it wasn't too foreign to be able to put it into paddle. So from the get-go, there was that conversation about with Nazar about putting the paddle courts here and helping program, and think because we already had kind of a head start as well, already looking for different properties. I think it was just a natural transition to help that. Our Louisville location, we were able to get connected with the pickleball facility that's up there. They had a little bit of space that weren't quite being used, and I thought it was a good opportunity, or we thought it was a good opportunity to part with them, and they thought the same, to be able to kind of generate some extra revenue on some space that they previously weren't. So it was just kind of more of an added benefit to their existing customers, existing property, and I think it just kind of married quite well.
And it was, it must have been easier at the town hall because it's already a racket facility, it's already kind of zoned for sports facility, right? You don't have to create, the bathrooms because you have the common areas. This was probably a cinch, right?
It made it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Yes, it made it a little bit easier.
And also you have the current membership. You get them excited with the new racket sports coming into the club. So, and tell us a little bit about the expansion here. So you're adding 3 more paddle courts here.
Correct.
And then how was that second conversation with the club owner? Said, okay, give me 3 pickleball courts, or how many pickleball courts are you taking?
So there's existing 3 pickleball courts right now that's over there. And so 3 paddle courts will be replacing those.
So how do you convince the owner of this club to take away those pickleball courts and let me add some more?
Especially pickles creating that revenue,
Correct. Yeah.
Even though paddle probably creates more revenue, but how do
correct. We've been talking about it for quite some time. Want to add some more, and I think he was definitely for it. Partly more his idea as well too.
Oh, really?
We've been wanting to add more courts too, so it's just kind of an ongoing conversation about, kind of starting to outgrow our 4 courts. So how do we continue growing here? And also with Atlanta, I think there's a growing need to have more covered or indoor courts. So being able to play when it rains or bad weather, not being able to have to take a chance that day. Is it going to get rained out? It's not going to get rained out. Right. So it's nice to have another option.
Gotcha. And how much is the cost to play, per hour and a half per individual?
Yes. So here we have on a kind of the prime time hours, it's $20 an hour per person.
1 hour. So it's $30 for an hour and a half.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
And so that will be kind of the general pricing. With the member, if you get a membership, it cuts it to about half of that.
Half of that. That's
wow.
Great. So how much is a membership?
So here to ITP, the membership costs $125.
And does that include all sports?
That does include all sports. So everything's encompassing. So with that membership, you get unlimited play outdoors for pickleball and for tennis.
Okay.
And then a discounted for the indoor tennis and the paddle.
Unlimited play for $125.
Yeah. It's a pretty good deal.
That's a real good. And you get the same thing with paddle? No.
With paddle, it's a discounted membership.
So how much?
Half
of, so you pay what, $15 or $10?
So if you do an hour and a half, you do $15.
Okay.
$10 for an hour.
That's a very great deal. It's a no-brainer. If you play 2-3 times a week, you're
of course.
Exactly. I think with being a new sport, you want to make it as inviting as possible to try. and be able to kind of capture people in to be willing to, play a few times a week too.
And how many
Yeah.
more members did you guys get here when you added the paddle?
That I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you.
Okay. All right.
To be fair to be totally honest, but we have seen it grow, month over month. A lot of times at the beginning, I recognize people, and now I'm starting to have to recognize some people coming out, and so you're getting more community members
That's a good
into
thing,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So now I gotta get to know them now.
Yeah.
I mean, we always talk or discuss in our channel and our coffee and talks that this is the perfect combination to make paddle growth in the United States.
Yeah.
To take an existing racket facility, tennis and pickleball, whatever, add the extra component of paddle to make it grow because you already have the membership coming into the club. Same thing with country clubs and all that. Adding paddle there, it's going to make the sport growth much
It's also going to
faster
reduce the risk
than just
too.
having, get a piece of land and build it, and then you have to convince everybody to come over to the
Right,
clubs.
exactly. Yeah.
Here,
Smart move.
it's just, I mean, it's a beautiful facility. I mean, I love to see
Me
these
too.
multi-sports, racket sports facilities.
I always
Yeah.
felt like the indoor, outdoor, and natural lighting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really great,
That's the vibe of the place.
Yeah, I love it. And Kevin, what's the next move, man? Because I know you got something growing. Is it another club somewhere else? Or
Yeah.
What's going on?
So we announced Charleston
Ah.
about a month or two ago. So we'll be building a completely indoor facility.
Yeah, we have a
in
buddy over
Charleston.
there.
Okay, perfect.
yeah.
Tell them to come on by.
Yeah.
So we'll have currently a plan to have 6 indoor courts.
Okay.
Ceilings are about 35 feet high,
Oh,
so
that's
plenty of
great.
clear space.
Wow.
And there'll be about 8 to 10 feet run out on every single court.
So you have the real estate already?
Correct. Yep, everything's
How
locked down.
How
So
far are you? Did you get permit?
we are about to go into permitting.
Nice.
So once that is done, then you kind of put in the lipstick on the building, and
All right.
and you're ready off
And
to the
I
races.
think
This
that's
is
by-
just an open warehouse or whatever. There's nothing
It's a
going
new
on.
construction warehouse right in the east side of Mount Pleasant,
Okay.
Charleston.
Okay.
The facility that we're going to go into is going to be a sports and entertainment facility. So it's about 175,000 square foot warehouse, and we're occupying just a little bit of that.
Oh, it's huge.
It's huge, yes. So you'll have, I think there's rock climbing, there's a pickleball, there's
that's
a trampoline park. So
Really?
So you're going to think
So it's like a
you're doing
destination.
here over there, right?
So over there, where there's not the real estate for the tennis
Right.
part of it,
But there's
but we'll
other-
have 2 single squash courts and 2 double squash courts.
Okay.
The squash community there is great. They have a fantastic facility there already, and so we're just trying to help them build and grow the squash community as well.
But there's already active sports within that area.
Not quite yet.
pretty-
No, yeah. So everything that's coming into the building is going to be new. So the building was just built
Gotcha.
not that long ago. So the infrastructure is already there. We've gotten all the designs out and about to go to permitting. So once that's done, we'll put all the.
So are you
Court
guys
bid.
bootstrapping that too, or you had to raise some?
That one we'll have to raise a little bit.
Nice, nice.
So, Kevin, I mean, this business, it's a hospitality business, as you know. It's 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. You being here in Atlanta, tell us a little bit how the team structure will be when you're expanding to the rest of the clubs. Because, I mean, it's a hands-on
Yeah.
job,
Right.
and you have to have reliable, professional people running all these facilities.
Yep.
How are you foreseeing that?
Yes, as we expand to new facilities, we'll be hiring out GM, director, and coaches as well. Andrew and I will also been traveling quite a bit to some of these facilities, making sure everything
Is he gonna
is
be
running
more
well.
involved now, or because I know he's in New York, right?
He is
Right?
currently in New York, yes. So he helps manage a lot of the Louisville facility currently.
Okay.
And then as we open up Charleston, for me, it's a little bit easier. I can drive down there. They'll also fly as well. So we usually kind of split up our time to make sure everything's kind of goes well. And so we oversee all these, but we will be hiring out teams per location as we grow.
So one of the major challenges for the sport to really grow, it's having qualified, really good coaches. How do you handle that part?
Yeah, so I think as you probably have seen, there is a little bit of a gap right now. So with the demand being so high, I think the coaching is still trying to catch up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, right now, if we can find someone locally, that's great. If not, we will have to go elsewhere to go find coaches. I think coming from a coaching background for about 15 years for myself and Andrew as well, it's also not maybe easier, but I think it helps us be able to kind of identify
Yes.
coaching. And also if we need to step in to coach as well at the beginning, which I did here for quite some time, it's just it makes the transition a little bit easier.
So why don't you tell us a little bit of the team that you have here, how many coaches you have,
Mm-hmm.
and the programming that you offer?
Yes, so we have one full-time coach currently. He's our director as well.
He's
So
a local?
he's currently local, yes.
Okay.
Originally from Venezuela. And so he handles the day-to-day clinics programming for
What's
us.
his name?
Ruben Tabar.
Okay.
Yes. And we have another coach who's kind of helping us out part-time as well. Fantastic player, Hendrik Eno. Currently, he did play in the U.S. Open as well this weekend and Div 1. And had some tough matches there. But so he's helping us out a little bit as well. And so from there, as we keep on growing, identify coaches and
Having that pool of qualified coaches to really
exactly
because that's going to be the big gap. The more and more courts we have all over the country, without qualified coaches, you can't make the sport growth without
It's
introducing
also the
players.
personality, the person knows the community, is that
Mhm.
it's a special person,
Yes, that's something that we do look for when we hire is not just their skills, but also, trust is a huge thing for us.
Yeah.
If they're willing to socialize or have a good
Personality.
social personality to interact with the
Sure.
players, the people within the community, and if they're, just good people.
So when do you see Charleston finishing? Is that next year?
Correct. Yeah, we're looking to open by springtime.
Okay.
But as you know, permitting is always the tough part.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing out of your control as always. So once all that goes through, then we can start the build. So we kind of got everything teed up with the with Padel Gallus, with our squash partners as well. And so from there, once it's ready, we'll be constructed.
So once it's done, you could send out the private jet, so we could do a club review there. How's that?
We might have to raise a few more dollars for the private jet.
So Kevin, tell us about the programming that you offer here, because I see it's interesting for anyone in the Atlanta area. What do you guys offer here?
Yes, I think it starts a lot with the introductory programming, the clinics. Being a new sport, especially in a new market, trying to get as many people introduced into the sport as possible is very important. So we offer quite a few beginner introductory clinics, and from there we have different tiered what we call categories for different levels as well. So that we offer that 5 days a week. So Ruben takes care of most of the clinics there, and then from there we have social play. So on Wednesday and Thursday and Sundays, we run Americanos. So up and down the course, depending if you win or lose, you get to pair up with different people and get to really know and get introduced to different people within the community. So that's a huge thing for us. Because a lot of times, you have a group of friends you can play with, but then sometimes that group, some people can't play, and then you can't play at all. So being able to get to know more people in the community is very important for us as well. And then we'll run different tournaments and events throughout the year. So we have a 20K tournament in the summertime with Red Paddle, or WPR now, and USPA. And then we just ran a USPA 500 a few weeks ago.
How did it go?
It went very well. It didn't rain, so it went much smoother. We did have some rain in our other one. We had some tarps. We had luckily a lot of people in the community helped us out with pulling tarps. Me and Andrew were just looking up in the sky to see if a dark cloud was coming or not.
Well, soon you won't have that problem, right, when you put up the courts.
Correct. Yeah. So we'll hopefully avoid having to roll out the tarps.
Great, man. So where do you see now? You're in the growth mode. Where do you see the biggest challenges in this multi-state PATL, growth of courts and paddle clubs and all that?
I think finding the locations of properties is always the toughest.
Challenge.
The challenges here in the United States with the different
Indoor,
zonings,
especially.
permitting, structures,
Yeah.
space as well. So, finding that kind of the baseline requirements is there's a lot of boxes to be checked.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the challenges. And then also for us is bandwidth as well. With me and Andros, we're continue building out the team. Not rushing too quickly where we're kind of stretching ourselves too thin. I think that's very important as well.
Yeah.
Even though there might be quite a few opportunities, just assessing if that's the right opportunity for us.
Yeah.
We see that a lot in smaller
Yes.
clubs.
Yes. Hmm.
You know.
And then, it's just, especially you go to a new market introducing, you want to make a good first impression as well.
Sure.
Yeah. Good. Well, Kevin, is there anything else that you want to talk about or add?
Well, no, I think that's about it. That's
Good.
about it. Yes, I appreciate you guys' time.
Yeah,
Well,
Kevin,
Kevin.
congratulations, man, on your success
Thank
here.
you.
Look forward to seeing that club in Charleston.
Perfect.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Great having us here.